This is the famous or infamous Piss Christ, and a lot has been said about the image, particularly the title. And again, as I say, for me, with this image, it was not an act of provocation. It was not something that I thought anyone would take notice of. And the title, Piss Christ, simply is being, quite literal description of what the picture is. One thing that I will say about my work in general, and this one included, is that I've always seen myself as a religious artist, specifically a Christian artist. Even though I was raised as a Catholic, I'm not a practicing Catholic, but I am a practicing Christian, and I still embrace the church for all its art and for the many good things that it reflects. And the thing about Piss Christ to me that occurs to me is that when I look at a crucifix, it becomes a meaningless object because we don't feel the dread, the horror of what actually took place. And I feel like if Piss Christ, the image, is something that upsets people, maybe it's good because they should realize what the crucifixion really is, and that was that a man, was crucified for 3 days, at which time he not only peed on himself, he also shat on himself and bled to death. And so if the picture upsets you, then maybe it's good because it connects you more with what the crucifixion actually was. I've never felt that I destroy icons or religious icons. Instead, I create new ones for myself and for my age. At some point, I moved away from the piss pictures and started to work on another series of bodily fluids, and these are the ejaculates in trajectory. Ejaculate in trajectory. I also think of them as self-portraits, where I went into a morgue and I had, the only thing I knew about these people is the cause of death, and so that's how these photographs were entitled. This one is called Jane Doe Killed by Police, and a Jane Doe is a woman or a man, John Doe, Jane Doe, someone who dies, is in a morgue and is never identified, and she was in a stolen car. The police fired some shots, she was killed, and the driver got away, so she was never identified. It's called rat poison suicide, and my relationship was with the man in charge of the morgue, who agreed that I could photograph anyone I wanted just as long as the people were never identified.